There it is. Took a while. Let me know if you can hear and see me. See me and hear me or something. Hey guys, hey Patricia. Hey Alan, hey. Hi Dan. Hi Nancy. Nancy, did you get your paints? Eto! Hi! I don't have any cat co-hosts today. They're all melted somewhere in the apartment. Oh wow, Prue. Can I call you Lise? I don't know how you say your name exactly, but it just feels less weird than calling you Prue. You know what I don't have that I should have right now is a fan. Hold on. I need to go get a fan, guys. It's like 1 billion degrees today. I'm dying. Oh, awesome. Hold on, be right back. Okay, that's better. Oh, I'm so glad you got the paints, Nancy. Yay! I always worry because with the way Canada Post works, if I were to send everything out with tracking, it would cost you guys or me an arm and a leg. And perhaps part of another leg too. So I kind of have to send stuff on regular mail, but I'm always super nervous that it won't get safely to its destination. So yeah, great news. Get all the fans. Oh my gosh. Today, like, it feels like around 40 degrees here. It was like that yesterday, and it's the same today, and it's no fun. just zero fun. Oh, today's stream is gonna be extra fancy. Pickle is melty right now, but I will probably have her at the end of the live stream, if we're lucky. I don't wanna bother her. She just settled down. I have a bit of a story for you guys today. Let me grab some sketchbook paper or something. When I woke up last night to go to the bathroom, I went to the bathroom, and then I checked on the cats just to see where they had decided to sleep. And this is what I saw. So a bit of context first. Recently, the cats have been enjoying sleeping in an upside-down cat basket that's on a chair. So basically, let's just pretend that this is the chair, and the cat basket is on top, and it's like upside down. So like they made a nest in the top, well, that which is the bottom technically, but it's on top right now. So it's kind of a big hollow donut type thing. So you have like this thing that's on the chair, very basic chair, and the cats, they sleep in there. Pretty content to do that. Okay, so last night when I went to check on them, this is what I saw, and I'm gonna try to draw it from above like I saw it because it was way too funny. So let's assume this is the round cat bed from the top. Over here there was Pecco's head. And she had these huge eyes like, Mom! Mom! What the? And she was like trying to sleep, and over her was Scout taking up all the space and being like melty. She was literally like a puddle like that. And she was all over Pico, who was stuck underneath and was like, help! I was there first and she decided to just sleep on top of me. And I was laughing so hard. It was so silly, and I wish I could have taken a picture because that was really a Kodak moment if there ever was one. But I was like, what the heck? Aren't you guys hot? And I tried to pick up Scout because I was like, dude, leave your sister alone. It's super hot. And they were so warm. Like the overlap here, it was like toasty. And I was like, oh my gosh, poor Pecco. And the thing is that usually Pecco, she doesn't want to have anything to do with Scout. They don't get super well along. They tolerate each other at best. And usually Pecco, like, let's say you have the chair with the cat basket here. Well, a small distance away, you have a box on the floor with a cushion on top and a blanket. If you have cats, you know that half your house is cat beds. Well, that's 2 of them. And the thing is that this is Pecco's usual spot, but they ran around and the cushion had fallen off the box and she couldn't sleep on top of it. So I placed back the cushion, and when I tried to pick up Scout, Pecco just left. She was like, nope, I'm done. This is over. Bye. And she went to sleep on her cushion. So she was fine, but I mean, what the hell was this? Alright, so that's my story for today. That was really funny. Oh no, Ellen, I'm so sorry that you have to go out. Oh no. I hope you can stay in the car with the AC. Ah, that's interesting. Atto says, I've not really known any sibling cats that love and get on well with each other. Well, these 2, they certainly don't. Like, that's why we take so many pictures when they sleep side to side or like touching, because we're like, wow, what is going on? This is such a special occurrence. Take pictures, snap, 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 snap. And it's basically, we have like a zillion picture of 2 loaves or 2 donuts, basically. Like either you have 1 loaf and like, oh, barely touching the other loaf. And we're like, wow, and we take a ton of picture, or the same thing but with cat donuts. So you have a cat donut here and barely touching another cat donut, and we take like a million picture. So yeah, that's basically it. So while I have my sketchbook out, I will try to figure out what to draw today. I was thinking, what do you guys would think is more interesting? So I have these scraps of I think it's Buckingford paper, and it's colored. One is gray and one is, well, ivory cream something. It's not cotton paper, it's cellulose paper, but it's still kind of fun, right? And I was thinking I could draw something on that and paint it. And the other thing I was thinking about doing possibly is maybe use the Shinhan Pass paints today. I don't use them a lot because, to be honest, I don't like them dry. They get super brittle in a palette and they fly all over the place, and it's a pain in the butt. I don't like that, but as a result, I don't use them ever. So I was thinking I could possibly either paint something on regular Arches cotton paper with these, or use the scraps of colored paper I have. Hi! Wow! Hi Ian! Hi Tsukabu! And yeah, it's pretty warm and gross today. I can check on my phone what it's like now. What is it like today? This. Whoa. Sorry, I'm silly. I had a small coffee, so I might be a bit hyped today. Yeah, temperature. Oh, it says 31 Celsius for now, but that's just like the temperature on the thermostat. Doesn't have the humidity factor. real field 38, it says. I went outside to water the 3 plants that I have outside. And when you can be in the shade with the wind, it's really not that bad. Like it doesn't feel like 40 degrees Celsius. But in the sun, it is really gross. So, hey, Huey. Okay, nice. Nice to see you. Hi, Stephen. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that the Bockingford being cellulose is going to be perhaps a bit of a pain in the butt. And arches would be easier to use. But anyway, I need to find what to draw first, right? I did, like the past couple of days, I did so much decluttering, guys. I don't know what, I think I was bit by the radioactive spider that cleans stuff up. And yeah, I've cleared so many things. I think it just clicked in my mind that I possibly hold on to certain things that it's more out of habit rather than really anything else. So I've filled so many bags. I've filled a lot of boxes that I will give to my friend Christiane because she does a lot of work with either her grandkids or other kids she knows, and she has like these these art workshop for kids. So she kindly takes the supplies I no longer use, and apparently the kids, they really enjoy having all this kind of stuff to dig in and play with. That's a good one, Sukabu. Sukabu says, I saw a funny thing on Facebook about the heat right now. Lord, whatever you're baking outside, it's done. Yeah, it's definitely cooked through. Like you can poke them with a toothpick and it's gonna come out clean. Oh no! Oh no, Michelle, what? A Coca-Cola bath, that's not great. Oh, that's a good recipe for sticky keys. Really sticky keys. Especially if it was like regular Coca-Cola instead of I don't know if aspartame is less sticky than sugar, but sugar is super sticky. Ah, why do you guys have cold weather? No, 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 no. I hate this freaking weather. I hate it so much. Help. Oh my gosh, guys. No, I will take like minus 40 instead of over 40. Like I can put on 20 shirts and a winter coat, assuming it fits me. But I cannot remove more than being naked, you know? And it's just, oddly enough, if it's super, super hot like this, I find it less offensive to myself. Yeah, I know what you're going to say, Otto. I keep it in mind. It's been in my brain a lot lately. And I find that exercising outside in the heat, like if my body is generating heat and I'm sweating anyway, I find that the heat is less offensive, but the moment you stop exercising, that's when it hits you like a wall of like heat, and it's just the worst. So I don't know, like I see people running and biking outside and I'm like, how do they manage it? But I think that's it. I think it's the fact that if you are exercising outside, it's kind of less, I don't know, it's just weird. It's the perception of it that is less intense, possibly. Breaking news, next week we in the UK are getting pretty C plus temperature. Oh my gosh, Otto, stop! Without the sugar and caffeine, Coke would be pointless. Yeah, I agree. But I see so many people doing the diet stuff, and I'm like, I don't like soda because it's bubbly. Like, I like the taste of it. If you give me soda gummies, I will eat them. But I never took to bubbly stuff. Like everything that is carbonated, I'm sort of unable to swallow it. So everything like whether it's alcohol or just regular sparkling water or soda, I'm just unable to drink it. I mean, you might give me a glass of it, but it's gonna take me a day to go through it because I'm gonna go tiny sip per tiny sip, and I will try to make it flat. It's usually what I do. Hot soda, oh, not right now. Not right now. I used to like the taste of Dr. Pepper, but I drank maybe 2 cans in my whole lifetime. I just don't do it. And I think there's kind of I should be sketching at the same time, but there's a kind of a thing with Quebec here that says that there was an ad campaign that would basically, that I could translate to like, here it's Pepsi. It was in French, it was ici c'est Pepsi. And basically Pepsi sort of had this whole ad campaign to sort of take a part of the market that would probably go to Coca-Cola. I'm like, I don't like either of them, but it was really funny to see all the ads going ici c'est Pepsi. Nope, sorry to disappoint you, it's disgusting. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, Ellen, I'm sorry. Type 1 diabetic seems really hard to manage. I knew a lot of people, but perhaps because I was younger, it seemed really weirder, but to have this... I was always impressed by the fact that they have to poke their fingers so often. I was like, well, I don't like pricking my fingers, so... but yeah, I understand that it's really important to check one's glucose levels. Really digging the sparkling flavored waters. Well, I really like flavored waters. I found like a water flavor thingy that I really enjoy, but I put it in cold flat water instead of sparkling water. Oh, root beer. Is root beer a really Canadian thing? Or is that ginger ale? Which one is it? Let's draw cats, guys! Yay! I was talking to Mr. E, and he said, "Hey, do you know what you're gonna draw during your live stream?" And I was like, I'm not quite sure. I kind of have an idea of the paper I might want to use or the paints, but I haven't really thought about the subject. And he was like, "Well, you could draw a cat in the desert." And I was like, "Well, I kind of already did that." And he was like, "Oh, you could draw a cat on the beach with an umbrella, parasol, I don't know." And I was like, "I kind of did that too." And he was like, "Yeah, I guess so." I am surviving, and I do what I got out of the incident. Well, I'm really grateful for the fact that you are at least in Canada, so you don't have possibly the same kind of bill someone who is diabetic has in the States. Because yeah, like at least one guy has died because he couldn't quite afford his insulin, and he was a type 1 diabetic too. For if you guys don't really know the difference, type 1 is the one I think that you are born with, and type 2 is the one you acquire through life, either through diet, obesity, or whatnot. I know there's a lot of nurses in the chat, so they will correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so root beer and ginger ale both are Canadian. My dad hated root beer. It tastes like oil of wintergreen. Oh, that's awesome, Hui. I hope you enjoyed China and Tokyo. Though Tokyo in the summer is gonna be quite something to bring a fan. What am I doing? I could maybe find inspiration in what I saw last night. I was thinking even I don't go to Tokyo in July. Oh my gosh. As much as I would really love to go to Japan and live there in this hypothetical world, the weather though is so similar to here that I'm like, I might choose Scotland instead, just for the weather and the fact that like both places are awesome and gorgeous, but dude. And with global warming, I mean, if this is a trend that will keep on going, I'm not sure I wanna. Here. How about that? Hey, Sadie. Cat building an igloo. I think I did that too. Oh my gosh, I've drawn so many cats. Okay, so Ellen says, for diabetes, that's Fringlish, guys. Diabetes. Type 1 is insulin dependent. Type 2 can be managed more through diet and exercise. Type 2 can run in the family called late onset type 2. Oh, yikes. It's just no fun. I mean, regardless of the type of diabetes you have, it's just no. It's a lot of management, and it makes me really bummed out that it's becoming such a huge problem. And I don't mean that as a bad pun, but I mean it makes me sad that people are stuck in this kind of weird loop that means that people get more and more overweight, and it brings about so many more health issues, and these health issues make it really hard to get healthier, and it's like it's chugging along, and it's all this weird focus on cheap foods, inexpensive stuff that is made from subpar products, and it's just so sad. When people tell you that they'd rather have a $1 burger than an apple, it's kind of, I understand, but at the same time, what the heck? Stephen says, good website for either type, mastering diabetes. I keep thinking of the guy who says diabetes, the beatus, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's been everywhere. Anyway, I always feel bad for people who have seasonal allergies. Like, at least I can go outside without my head exploding. Oh, oh my gosh, that's yeah. Seasonal allergies are nasty. Like you wake up and you're like, who stuffed, oh, what's the word? You know the fluffy white thing, cotton balls? Who stuffed cotton balls in my face? You use a vegan, low-fat, high-fruit approach. Ew. Oh my god, Lise, that's not cool. Yikes. Ugh, ugh. Val. Hi. That's an old Japanese trick. Oh, interesting. So yeah, Lee said I've had a fishbone stuck lodge in my throat since yesterday, and it's so annoying. I am running out of ideas on how to dislodge it. And Otto suggested eating sticky rice. Hi Lana. Sadie asks, have you tried Beam Paint's watercolor? I haven't. Which one are those? Oh, that's so cool, Kaboo. A puppy. Aw. Do you know? Do you know? Do you have a plan for the puppy, or will you just go to the shelter and find one? They are made in Ontario, Canada, and they are stunning. Are they the ones? I think I saw them. They're the ones that are in the either like slices of tree, or they're like they're small holes in wood, I think. And if I remember correctly, they are made by oh, what's that word in English? Native people, right? Is that the proper word? I'm sorry if I say something awkward. Sometimes when I try to translate words on my brain, I stumble upon the wrong word for it, and I'm like, no, is this the proper one? Like, I know what the word is in French. It's autochtone, but I sometimes get lost when I try to find the words in English. Yeah, native. Okay, cool, native people. I saw those. They look so good, and I really hope I get to try them someday, but I haven't had a chance yet. But I've seen them. Indigenous people? Okay, yeah, cool. Cool. I often, my mom doesn't live too far away from the Wendake. Reserve? Anyway, and they every summer they have like a kind of a festival with some indigenous people's dancing, and they have like all the craft they do, and it's pretty impressive. It's really cool. I will write it down to go check it out again, if only just for my eye pleasures. My eyes pleasure, yeah. I've been decluttering a lot, but if there is one thing that doesn't get decluttered that much, it's watercolor and books. Yikes. You want me to? Okay, I will. That's funny. I will draw that. So we said arches, right? Where is my current pad of arches paper? That's the thing with decluttering and cleaning up stuff, is that you cannot find anything once you're done. Well, I can't anyway. Some parts are still fairly messy too, so not here. Come on. I apologize if that was loud in the mic. I'm sorry. Oh, I think that's it. Is that it? Please be it. Oh yeah. Eye candy, yes, thank you. But I just... Case of the disappearing pencil, I guess. I feel like I just put it in this bin, but yeah, well. It's not like there's not like a billion pencils in there. I was looking for the other one like this, but I must have put it elsewhere. Oh well. Oh yeah, the paint stones. I think I saw that. These are the dried paint you buy in kind of a canvas holder, right? Yeah. I saw there are things, and I think I went to look at it, but ultimately I was like, this is kind of a tiny bit expensive for now. I will wait a bit. But I definitely want to try these at some point. I'm really annoyed by the fact that my pencil is in some weird place that I cannot find, but anyway. I was thinking, and oh wait, hold on. Bye, Ellen. Thank you so much for being here. Maybe you will still be on when you come back. And good luck with the weather. I know we're all gonna need it today. It's that kind of day. But yeah. So I was thinking, and it has been remarked to me a couple of times that people have asked like, hey, when are you going to make a book featuring all of your cat drawings? And first of all, wow, what? I'm pretty stunned that people would be asking about a book of those. Like that's really cool. But also, we print out our comic, and I'm a tiny bit familiar with what it's like to print an actual paper book and the kind of expense and the kind of work it is. And I'm like, I don't mind the work, but it is kind of expensive, right? So, and I was thinking, I was like, well, since almost everyone or so seems to have an iPad these days, I was possibly thinking that I could maybe sell like digital books on Gumroad or something. Because I figured even if I was to do like a kid's book, you can have those on an iPad, right? You just like flip through the pages and it's still gonna work, I think. Hope. But anyway, that's kind of where I was at for now. Sorry. There are so many issues that come up when you try to have something that is a physical thing to send out, because you have to make it happen, you have to consider shipping, and shipping can be super expensive, especially out of Canada. Thank you, Canada Post. I love Canada Post, they do a great job, but oh my god, is it pricey. So yeah, I was thinking like a PDF, or I don't know what kind. I would have to do a bit of research for that, but a digital book format. The thing is that I don't have an iPad, so I know I've bought a couple of PDFs and digital books in the past, and well, I don't look at them because they're on my computer, and it's not quite the same experience to be standing or sitting on a computer and looking at stuff. But I was thinking like, I don't know. I guess people seem to really use their iPads a lot for kid stuff, like games, YouTube, and whatnot. So I mean, in the case of a kid's book, maybe it would still work as a good way to make this happen. Amazon Kindle's singles program. Okay. We'll check it out. So yeah, that was my thought process lately. I guess I should make kind of a okay, so Lana says, my partner just realized that I'm watching the stream, so he asked, is today Caturday? And I confirmed, so he's singing Caturday now. And you have a song over here. I have a song! That's awesome! Hey, Lady Oogie. Hi. I think when I spotted this situation last night, first thing I said was I was talking to Scott and I was like, what are you doing, big potato? You're such a big potato, and she's such a big potato for sure. Pickle looked so panicked. She was like, help! I'm stuck! She weighs a ton! So yeah, what I was trying to say was maybe I should organize and do like a kind of a collection of all my adventure cat drawings. Something like book one or whatnot, because I might draw some more in the future. In fact, I have one just over there for a coming review, but that's gonna be a thing. well, thing. It's just a doodle, but I mean, it's coming review, yay! I don't know, something. I think that really makes me laugh. Oh yeah, she always has this face up. Thing is one of the things we say the most to Scout is that she has a resting bitch face. I apologize. I don't know what exactly the expression is in French is un air bête, and it basically means that you have like a a resting unsympathetic face, if I can say that. I don't think Scout has ever had any regrets in her life. I cut my nails and now my fingers are even like more annoying than before. I just want to do another silly thing, but one of the poses we often see Scout sleeping in is, let's say we see her from above. So you have her butt. Her butt is basically, just a regular loaf. You have the legs here, the tail wrapped around. But then she's like flat. So if you have a side view, that's the loaf part, tail, and she's really flat. And she looks like this from the side, and basically is that she turns 90 degrees here, and she props her head flat on the floor like that, and she has her arms poking out a bit like this, like tiny chicken legs or whatnot, and that's how she sleeps. She's like this weird 90-degree angle angry cat, and I'm like, what are you doing? How is this comfortable? Detached indifference, nonchalant. Well, it's not exactly nonchalant, is hold on, I'm really trying to find a proper. When you see someone with a face with an expression like that at a counter, say at the post office, you're not gonna have a super pleasant convo with them. They might be a bit abrupt and rude. An Arbeit, oh. Oh, poor keyboard. Yeah, it sounds pretty, unless you want to go through the hassle of trying to clean it up or whatnot. I know some keyboards can be cleaned. I think it's mostly the mechanical ones that you can remove all the keys and wash them, and then dry them and prop them back on. So what are you guys up to this weekend? Thank you so much, Anna. Hey, Mikey, hi. Oh, oh no. Have you seen our expensive keyboards out today just cause they glow in the dark or something? Well, I would totally get a keyboard that, not one that has lights, but one that glows in the dark. I would totally get that. They recently um, changed but most of the trains on the Montreal subway system, and it's something that had been in the works for at least, oh my gosh, it started when I was in school here, so it's been at least 15 years, and they rolled the trains out not too long ago, and I was so excited because the new trains, they have like they have patterns, guiding patterns on the floor of them, or things on the wall, and it's all glow in the dark. You know, the kind of stuff that you have to expose to light and then it glows when you close the light. And I grew up in the 90s, and my love for glow in the dark stuff will never fade. I was like, they should make everything glow in the dark. Okay, so weekend plans. Steven says, hopefully long walk or cycle. That sounds good. Well, it depends on the weather, though. Lee says, not a thing going on this weekend. I'm good with that. Yeah, that's nice. It's also very nice. Currently pulling my hair out. Are you still trying to knit? Morning should be low 20s. I miss 15 degrees. I really miss it. H2O break. Yeah. Lena asks, have you crocheted the coaster yourself? This thing? Yep. Not sure if a coaster is the right word for it, but it's basically just something I want to be able to put my water bowl on. We have this ongoing discussion on the Discord server about knitting and crocheting, and people people seem to be either like able to do both, but really preferring one to the other, or not. It's not a cup. It's my water for painting, because I thought about it this time. I am a crochet person. Val says, I don't like using the public transportation in my town. Many crimes happen there, with one happening in front of my eyes. That sounds really, really bad. Yeah. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Bass paints. Ooh, 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 bass paints. Okay, so which colors do I want? I am probably gonna need some black. Yes, I said black paint. How am I? Oh yeah, cool. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Alright. Black. This palette was sent to me very generously by Otto, and she found it in Japan, so I am really not sure where you can find one of these. I see a watercolor and I want to paint it black. That's a good one. Hold on, I have to do a bit of management of hangnails and whatnot. Oh, this is so annoying. Blah. And what else? I'm gonna grab permanent yellow derp and make myself laugh because I can't. Orange. I think that's a good start. Hopefully this is dry enough. So what is everyone doing for a hangout replacement? What do you mean? These are, they're the hybrid paints by Shinhan. The Shinhan past colors. They are supposed to be a bit between gouache and watercolor. Hey Lee, hi! How is Australia? Hangout is going soon. Well, they will probably have something to replace it. Because I think everybody uses Hangouts, so... Well, everybody. Oh, that's really liquidy. And making a mess, thank you so much, Brie. Oh wait, the first mess wasn't big enough, right? So you had to spray orange paint everywhere else. Oh, you're back to Canada Land now. How was the trip? Ooh, I don't know if you can hear that. But it goes bloop bloop bloop. It's really bloopy. I think this is gonna be my dedicated gouache palette. Oh yeah, that's, I don't know if you guys can see, but that's super liquidy. What's up with that? It's no fun. Yeah, that's still very liquid. Huh. Wow, and it's so neon. Super bright color. Dude, plop, plop. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm glad the trip was amazing. That's so cool. Okay, burnt sienna. Oh my gosh, what happened? I'll be honest, and I considered decluttering these paints, not because I don't like them, it's because I don't use them. And I have enough paints for a couple of lifetimes, so I was like, well, maybe someone else would really make the best of these, you know, better than me. But I still kind of really like the idea, and I haven't given them a fair chance. So it's kind of, that was my your paints, yeah, except for the yellow one. The yellow one was super stiff, but the other ones are like, I didn't have that issue with them before, like when I swatched them and all of that. Oh, Sadie, I'm super excited to go check them out. I mean, I've seen them before, but as with most handmade paints, it's mostly eye candy. Because, well, I mean, I don't have endless money. No one has. Well, some people do. What? Stop melting! It's so melty! If the ultramarine deep is melty, I'm gonna burst a gasket or something. You can't be liquidy. Oh my gosh, it's liquidy! What? No, everything is melting. Okay, this was a terrible idea. I wouldn't have thought that these paints would get so weird, melty, separated. Well, this is not a point in your favor of you staying in this house, paints. You might end up... Oh my god, what a nightmare. What is that? What is this liquid stuff coming out? Oh well, we'll see. Today's video, Ev's nightmare experience with paints in 40 degrees weather. Are you ready for this? For gouache, I prefer to use a synthetic brush. Where is my size 8? These are the Princeton Glacier brush. I really like them. I like the fact that they have a transparent body and they have this super useful angled tip that you can use to, hold on, let me sneak peek this. Not too much, just a tiny bit. But when you have tape that overlaps in the corner, you can use this super angled corner to really press in the junction so paint doesn't seep through. So I really like these, they're super handy for that. And also this tip is great for removing masking fluid. You can just rub at it. Like you rub like this and it removes all the masking fluid really nicely. Oh, hi Mark! What's up? I had a coffee today, so I'm like super hyped. And it's super hot, so I think that doesn't help. Do I have any scrap paper around? This is a catastrophe waiting to happen. How are you, Mark? I feel like it's been a while, but then again, I haven't been really good at watching my watch list of things to watch. Look at this palette, it doesn't bead for 1 second. Oh, this is great. This is super exciting. It's a really neat product technically, but what's up with the texture today? At least the color and the pigmentation is still really good, but I'm like, what is going on here? Mr. E likes to call Pecco's white fur her cloud. It's really cute. We'll go like, hey, I want to pet Pecco's cloud, and I'm like, aww. So white and soft. I can see why. I'm glad to hear that, Mark. I agree. It is really way too hot in Montreal too. We're not that far off. I think we probably have the same kind of weather system over our heads. The bottom cat reminds me of Heathcliff. Who's Heathcliff? I feel like a pile of cats with Santa hats would be a great Christmas. Oh yeah, that would be cute. That's a good one, Lise. Lise says, maybe Scout has just been watching too much Vancouver Vet. Squish that cat. Oh, squish that cat. I love Dr. Yuri. He is great. He loves cats so much. Oh no, Misha. Yeah, if your PC dies, the keyboard issues are kind of moot. Oh no. Are you seriously? It was less hot and humid in the rainforest. Oh wow, that's so cool, Mark. I hope the production goes really well tonight. That's really awesome. Soupy is the proper word. I like to use sauna as well. It feels pretty sauna right now. Oh, Comic-Con. Gee, I hope they have decent weather over there. Because even Comic-Con on a nice day is still super exhausting. Gee, Mark, I don't know why your nickname throughout life has been Soupy. Soupy Campbell? Ah. Stephen, were you born in Manchester, UK, or another Manchester somewhere? Lena says, why is Canada so hot and humid? It's a very good question. I don't. My recollection of summer from living for more than 30 years over here is not that it's disgusting like this. I'm waiting for this to dry a bit. I love this palette. It's awesome. I really did not expect the mix of the sort of orangey yellow and ultramarine blue to be this gray. It's interesting, but it's not what I want. Yeah, no, the paints are really good on the palette. I'm really impressed. I think the Shinahan paints kind of separate. I think this is the paints doing this, but yeah, and the areas are good, and it's a nice compact palette. I can easily say leave these there to dry, but I can rinse off the mixing areas and like reuse the same colors again. It's pretty cool. Oh wow, Steven, that sounds really gnarly. Highs of 38 degrees Celsius for a week in 1987. So I guess a bit before AC got so easy to install. If I was not on this specific floor of the building, I would probably push towards getting a window AC unit. At least in one of the windows, and then you can use a fan to sort of move the air around a bit. But being on the current floor, it's kind of problematic to have a window unit. Alright, I will say this. The paints were a pain in the butt to sort of pour, as you can see from the various states of paints I have here. But they are really nice and pigmented, and they're quite fun to use, I gotta say. What type of paper are you using? Arches! Hold on, let me grab the pad. This one. It's Arche Aquarelle Grain Fin. Arches watercolor cold press. 300 GSM or 140 pound. This is the 12 sheet, 9 by 12 inches. 100% cotton. Cotton. I am completely a sellout for cotton paper now. I'm not even sorry. Sorry. I mean, That's the very Canadian way to say sorry. Well, like I personally am of the idea that it's always a good idea to try and get the best paper you can afford. Cotton paper doesn't have to be the expensive Arches one. I know that B's cotton paper is what I use like 75% of the time for sketches, swatches, studies, whatever. I really like the Strathmore pre-cut paper as well. That's like sheets this size. It's cotton paper as well, works really nicely. Because the thing is that if you learn on cellulose paper and you decide you know you want to switch to cotton paper eventually, you're gonna have to learn to paint again. And I personally don't see any fun in that. Oh, wait, hold on, I missed that. Mark says, has anyone tried the new Daniel Smith colors yet? Alva Rose, Caliente Grey, and Fresco Grey, James Grey, Joseph Z's Warm Grey, Neutral Grey, and Cool Grey. And Cool, sorry. Grey Titanium and Red Jasper Genuine. I have tried the Red Jasper Genuine one. A bit. A tiny bit. But I'm sort of not really interested in buying any of the greys. I don't feel like it's a really useful color to have pre-made. I don't know. Yeah, like Otto says, I'm so into mixing my own greys that I probably won't be trying them. That's kind of what I think too. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, greys are not exactly hard to mix. More often than not, you end up with a grey when you were looking for something else. To me, it kind of feels like these new colors by Daniel Smith. They're kind of banking on the fact that they associated the greys to big names. The only one that I thought was rather interesting was the titanium grey because it's not a mix. I think it's not a mix, it's a single pigment. Not that I care about single pigment, but I mean, I will mix my own greys, no issue, but I'm always curious to see what a certain pigment has in terms of characteristics. So is it like granulating? Is it super opaque? So I'm curious about this color, but not enough to want to pay for a tube of it. Because yeah, it kind of feels like, oh look, this is Alvaro's grey, and I'm like, yeah, but I really don't know where I stand in terms of this culture of hold on, I'm looking for words. That's when I pause like this, it's because I'm trying to find the words in my brain and it's not cooperating. Anyway. Okay, let's see if I can sort of lead into my point by starting here. I see a lot of this mindset of wanting to copy known painters, not necessarily in the sense of uh, their thought process or their like technical process, but in terms of the finished results. So I've seen people who want to emulate Jean Haynes, but what makes Jean Haynes' painting so good is the way she handles the brush and the water and the colors. And like, I don't think I've seen her in any of the demos I've seen. She always uses this super large thirsty brush, and she let it like spread on the paper. And when I see people trying to reproduce this effect, they use tiny brushes, and they sort of do this wiggly noodling around motion, like instead, like they will go like this to have the effect of the like I hate doing this, but to have the effect of the water, like, and the color spreading in water, and they will like overly dilute instead of, oops, this is a really badly rinsed brush. So like they will force the gradient instead of, you know, painting a big swath of water and dropping the color and letting it express itself. Like, it's too controlled. It doesn't, it might reproduce the effect, the final effect, decently well enough, but I'm always bummed out that it's not really true to the artist's vision in a way. So I'm like, what do you want to learn then? Do you want to learn how to express yourself in a similar way to them? Which to me sounds like a better idea, because if you want to say paint using another artist's method, it's gonna give somewhat of a different result because you're not the other artist, and the way you will assimilate the process is not going to be the same as the original artist. So even if it's similar, it's still always going to be a bit different, and the more you practice it, the more you bring of yourself in your way of painting like this other artist, the more different it's going to get, whether you notice it or not. So I have sort of no issues with that. Say someone who would want to paint like Jean Haynes would use water and similar colors and a big brush and try to have this expressive treatment of the color. But I see a lot of people who want only the finished result, and I'm like, I kind of struggle with that. And where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so that's kind of why I feel it weird when they say something like they have Alvaro Gray, and I'm like, well, having Alvaro Gray is not gonna make you a better or worse artist. It's just a tool. And I feel it's really predatory and cheap to sort of bank on the fact that it's called Alvaro Gray. If anything, I'm less bothered by the way Escoda has artist brush sets, because at least there, to me, there is something that is more unique to the fact that it's, say, the selection of brushes. Well, sometimes it's kind of stupid though, because selection will be like 3 brushes, and it's a 6, a 8, and a 6, an 8, and a 10. And I'm like, those are basically all the same size. Like, what? Like, okay, sure, but when you have a set that, say, has a big flat one and a big floofy one and like a liner, and you're like, oh, okay, these feel more like something the artist uses to create, to express themselves, and I can use the same tools and express myself, and it's not going to be the same result for sure. Am I rambling? Okay, chat time. Otto says Alvaro Gray annoys me the most. I've seen his DVDs. He uses neutral tint in his painting. See, that's kind of, and it's like twice as bad because Daniel Smith already has an Alvaro Castañet set. So it's like they're kind of doing it again. Yeah, that's true. Jean Haynes paints from fresh paint, not dried paints. Oh, I gotta write that down. Hold on. So Lee says, speaking of grays and unique methods, I just watched a couple of videos about Ian Fennelly's urban sketching technique. Ian Fennelly. Oops, 2 N's. Alright. Who's Edward Seago? I'm reading for Bob Ross Rossett. Oh, I want that. Would it be the same color as his hair, do you think? Hey, Stacy. Hi. Hi, Saseki. Okay, it might be just one N. Still, I'm gonna look it up. It would have to be the same as his hair color. Oh, that would be such a kind of a parody prank video to do, like to create our own artists' colors and present them in a fake kind of way. Like, hey, these are our new releases. We have Bob Ross Rossett, and it's the color of his afro. And what else could we have? Perhaps that is too mean. And perhaps that is though, I mean, Daniel Smith never sends out any things to reviewers or whatnot. So it wouldn't be too much like biting the hand that feeds you, but perhaps it's a bit too much on the nose for it to be good manners. Edward Seago. I keep having to write names down. That's cool. So many things to look. Salvador Dali, mustache wax yellow. Yeah, that kind of nonsense. That would be so funny. Picasso blue. Banksy black. We're having really good ideas about this. I think I would get those more than I would get, you know, like a grey paint. I'm like, man, if there was kind of a joke, like I remember a couple of years ago, Daniel Smith had made special holiday paints, and they were scented. And I know, not everyone can do scents in their paints, but I mean, it was, at least it was like funny. It was kind of goofy in a way, and I felt like if I am to buy something specific, I want to at least get, I don't know, a laugh out of it or something, like oh, Jane's gray. I'm like, yeah, but that's one of the most common ways to mix gray. Why is it the customary mix? Why is why Louboutin red? Oh, that's a good one. Oh, maybe I should write those down too. Hold on. Picasso blue really cracked me up. See black. That's really good. I think we should have something for the Dali one. Wait, what was it? What's Salvador Dali's mustache wax yellow deep? You know, like really go the extra length of having these light, deep hue. You know, these weird, well, not weird, but these really peculiar, really specific. Sorry, ways of presenting colors. Van Gogh Starburst Yellow. Ian Jackson's mud. Problem is with Banksy Black is that it would probably dissolve your paper or smell like silk. It would shred your paper. Steve Mitchell's Reese's Rust. Oh, well, it should be Reese Mitchell's Rust. That would be funny. But yeah, the scented paints, I mean, it was like there was a green that was scented with mint, and the red was scented with, I don't know, cinnamon, and there was a yellow, I think, that was scented with something else. Who's Rolf Harris? Oh, Trump Orange, no. Sorry. Oh yeah, I killed that sneeze. It's dead. No Trump Orange, no, nope. It needs to be silly though. I'm trying to think. Because, I mean, to me, the fact that they have a color name, not just... well, they have one color after Alvaro or two. Upper Zero Light Fast White. But yeah, it's just like this idea that it should be like, instead of Monet green, because he actually uses green, it should be like Monet's red, and he never uses red, because that's kind of what they're trying to sell us with some of these colors. And I had a really interesting... I would seriously buy Andy Roll Tomato Soup Sienna. Oh, that's a good one. Well, you have to buy that one. Maybe I should have handmade paints, like think of mixes that would match some of these ideas. Tomato Soup Sienna, that would be really funny. It's called yellow. Pepsi Blue. Well, Winsor Newton is really good in this. Like, they have all these Winsor color, Winsor orange, something shade, Winsor blue, Winsor whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I understand, but it's the least useful way to name a color. First. Oh man, Smurf blue. Pretty sure that has to exist. Oh, sorry. Whoa, what? Smurf blue. That's gotta be a color that Stuart's sample came with. Snufkin green. Aww. Patricia says, if Daniel Smith gets winds of this, give it a year and these colors will show up in a really crappy palette. Frida Kahlo's burnt eyebrow. Oh no! No, it should be burnt Frida Kahlo's eyebrow. Pico orange, yeah, there needs to be a Scout black. It would have to be the darkest, deepest black ever. Bank of Montreal buildings have a strong, beautiful, strong blue color. I can't write. Yeah, the Windsor color are really just phthalates and quins, and the reds, you have like all the regular reds too, like PR 242, like something like that. Really basic stuff. Okay, I will put this aside for now, but I'm loving this. The only color that I really did not bring out is a pink. which would be really handy to paint some toe beans and ears. Let's see. This would do. Tesla Chrome. Oh wow. Neon gray. Neon gray, you find it everywhere and it blends into everything. Because it's a cat, right? So cat hairs. Another soapy color. What's up with that today? Oh my god, I should really like massage it first. And shake it. And remove this blob of, I don't know, stuff. Oh no, hold on. Facebook blue, Tumblr blue, Twitter blue, MySpace blue. Oh, that's good. That's so silly, but I love it. Alright, sorry about that. YouTube influencer apology video, there's you. Oh my gosh, we're getting really deep into this, right? Toe beans peach. Oh, I gotta write that one down. It's too cute. I should really do the cat palette one day. I could have kibble brown too. This is a bit nightmarish, I gotta say. I mean, the paints, they seem to look fine on paper and they have a really nice strength to them, which is why I like these paints technically. But they've really separated something fierce. Either because of the heat, that could be a thing, because it's really hot and humid, so that probably doesn't help. It's not as pink as I thought it was gonna be, but still fine. Insta influencer ego purple. Edward Punch scarlet screen. Fishy silver. Oh, it could be fish scale silver though. Kitty nose pink. That's so cute. This is my first time painting with these on cotton paper, and it's a really fun, it's really satisfying, I gotta say. I will definitely think of I have to make more paints. I'm running a bit low on the shop, but I really need to mix more paints and have more paints in the shop, because that's kind of fun to do. Perhaps not when it's 40 degrees. Mulling in 40 degrees sounds like a nightmare. But I think I might be taking this angle of making cat-themed colors. I think that would be fun, and also very on brand for me. Scout Umber. I think the umber would be possibly kibble umber, because their food is usually a dark brown color. The other thing that's related to them that is a dark brown is not really suited for, I don't know, my type of branding, I guess. Jazz brown. It would have to be a brown that has a red, like, undertint or something. Then there's the brands that come up with names like Brilliant Green Pink. Green Pink is already quite something. Brilliant Green Pink, extra dark hue. What? Oh, thank you so much for stopping by, Mark. Have fun at the show tonight. And what they say, break a leg to your daughter. Catnip green is a good one. Ah, she really looked like she was wearing a onesie, white, like a white cat with orange markings, wearing a torty onesie. It should be kitty cloud white, because that's what we call Pecco's white fur. Hey, Lee! Hi! Puff titanium kitty fur. That would be kind of a dirty kitty color. Yikes. Hey, bye Patricia. Enjoy your weekend. Anyway, I think I'm mostly done. This is the, I don't know what it is. It's a really awesome small palette that Otto found in Japan, and she very kindly sent me one. And I'm thinking this is gonna be my gouache palette. Because for anything gouache, whether it's these hybrid gouache watercolor paints or regular gouache, I really don't enjoy working from pans of gouache, because anything that's in a set that gets jostled a bit, the paint dries and crackles and gets everywhere. But this palette is pretty great because I can pour in, like, what, there's 15 wells, that's a lot. And I can pour a bit of color and I can paint with the paint fresh, and whatever is left will dry in there, and that's also fine. But also I can easily rinse it off if I want to remove all the paints in there. And it's not like troublesome like trying to clean pans and a palette and whatever. But it's a really nice little palette. It was fine. It was found at Sekaido in Japan. Alright, so I think I will end this here. A slightly shorter stream than usually, but it's also slightly warmer than usually. So I will go eat a banana popsicle and and chill, literally. And I want to say thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Oh, Ellen, you're there just for the finish. I think I'm gonna end this here because it's warm, and I'm done. So far, I will have to see once this is dry, but I think there's a possibility that these paints, the Shinhan Pass ones, they don't cauliflower as much, or backwash as much. Like I added really watery color here, and it seems to be willing to dry as this gradient rather than have a cauliflower effect, but I'll see once it's fully dry. They are super vibrant, super smooth. Even if they came out of the tube all wrong, as you saw, they still worked well, and there was no really any issue with texture on the painting. So yeah, these are pretty great. Oh yeah, the banana popsicles, they're the best. They're like super chemical, but they taste so good. They taste like the ear infection syrup we had as kids. There are two kinds of people. There are the people who like the banana syrup, and there are the people who hated it. I loved it. Alright guys, have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Otto, for being my awesome moderator. Thank you so much, everyone, for being there in spite of the weather that is like a sauna outside. And I hope, if you are melting, I hope your weather cools down in the next week. No, banana popsicles, they're like these, it's, what's the actual name? It's like something like frozen banana flavored water popsicle. It's, you know, the double ones that you can snap in the middle and you have two sticks, and they're like pale yellow, and they are banana flavored, not actual banana in there. No way, no way, Jose, like this. It's it's coloring, food coloring, and flavor and sugar, and that's it. They're not the best for you, but they are super nostalgic for me. So thank you guys. What I don't know to have. There's the Discord server if you want to chat with all of us during the week. We have all kinds of topics in there. It's basically an app or a small software you install, and it's a chat server, so you can chat with other people. The link is in the description. What else? If you don't follow Otto already, I really encourage you to go check out her channel. Really great stuff on there. And I hope you guys have ice cream and popsicles and a great weekend. So take care. I will go pet the cats for you because they're still sleeping. So I'm sorry. But you have these. That's kind of a placeholder. Okay, I'm gone. Bye bye.